Good afternoon, Akhila. Good afternoon, Sanchit. Good afternoon, Akhila. Good afternoon, Sanchit. Good afternoon, Alamanda Lakshmi Narayan. Ayush Saini, good afternoon. Hema Lata, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Amit, good afternoon. I am fine. Bhushan, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Vaibhav. Sri Lakshmi, good afternoon. Vaibhav Raj, good afternoon. Bhushan, good afternoon. Shiv, good afternoon. Ramesh Mon, good afternoon. Vishnu Priya, Ashwin, Karthik, Nukla, Nidhi. Good afternoon to all of you guys. Shiv, Ramesh Mon, Kathirwell, good afternoon. Aman, good afternoon. Yes, definitely I had. Anuj, good afternoon. Runila, Murahari, Aditya, Lakshya Tyagi, Nitesh, Shanmuga, Amisha, Aisha, Yash, Harita, good afternoon to all of you. Farooq, good afternoon. Shanmuga, so good afternoon to all of you guys. Zaki, Ritwik, Devlina, Harshvardhan, Mohammadon Sayyed, Tanuja, Aditya, Vivek, Shiva. Okay, good. Utkarsh, Anand, Aman, good afternoon to all of you guys. So, if by mistake someone's name I have not taken, don't mind, dear, because as I told you, many wishes are coming together. Okay, don't worry, Eco, I am working on it. It will be okay. Now there will not be any echo. Yes, Vandana, Anudeep Rao, Krishna Panda, SR Venkat Srinivas, Meheru Ali. Good afternoon to all of you guys. Yes, Sayyid, Jagan, good afternoon. So now let's start, guys. Vijay Pal Singh Chauhan. Yes, good afternoon, dear. So let's start, dear. So we have already seen related to project. So now we are going to define the management and project management. Good afternoon, Ramakrishna, Sachin, Taya, Vijay Pal. Good afternoon to all of you. So dear, now the next is what is management. And here I would like to tell you that whenever you are going for quizzes, go for quizzes when I will be saying you, because yesterday we were not capable of completing the topic. Okay, so that's why I am saying just go for the quiz whenever I will be saying you. Like after 3 to 4 class, I will be informing you that you can go for this quiz, because in starting the speeds are very less of the course. Slowly the speed will be increasing, and then we will be able to make one quiz daily. Till then, just wait. Okay, just learn the concept. Okay, dear. Okay, good afternoon, Rohan. Let us start. So, dear, what is management? Basically, management is an art of setting the people together to accomplish a work or goal with available resources effectively and efficiently. Dear, that is very important thing, that art of setting people together, because generally it is very difficult to hold different type of management, different type of department and different types of people together under one roof. It is a very difficult task, and that is something related to management. And when we are talking about management, management is given many resources, and which management has to manage. The best one out of them is basically human resource. Second is time resource. Third is financial resource. Fourth is mechanical or machinery resource. Fifth one is technology resource, and sixth one is natural resources. So dear human resource, you know that whatever the manpower we are providing. Time resource, you know that because every project have some limit up to which it is to be completed. Financial, definitely it is having some budget. Under that budget it must be completed. We are having some machines limited. We cannot have infinite number of machines. Technology also, we may not have very advanced technologies because technologies advances are going on regular basis. Natural resources also, some are available around the industries. Based on that the things are talking. So dear, that is something known as management. We have yesterday defined project, now we have defined the management. Okay, GSMP, good afternoon. Vinod, good afternoon. Varsha, good afternoon. Shubham Goel, good afternoon. So dear, we have already defined project. Today we have defined management. Okay dear. Next is, what is project management? Dear, question may come from this definition. This is very important definition. It is an application of knowledge, skills, tools, and technologies. These four words are the key words of the definition. Knowledge, skills, tools, and technology, and in short, they are said to be KSTT. In short, they are said to be KSTT. Yes, dear, this subject is common for all the branches. Nadela, good afternoon, dear. Mishra, the others, good afternoon. Suman, hello. Ritvik, yes, you can definitely attend the class from today. There is no issue. You will be learning easily. Saikat Bhagat, good afternoon. No issues, dear Suman. So every student, every branch, this subject is required, as I told you. This is from Engineering Services paper 1. Okay, dear. So yes, it is theoretical one, but some part is numerical also. So project management is defined as the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and technology. So in short form, it is KSTT. And they will be asking you what is KSTT with reference to project management. And they will be using four options, and they will be giving four meaning of all KSTT. You need to select any one out of them. Okay, dear. Okay, dear. So it is the application of knowledge, skills, tools, technology to meet the project requirement. For example, if there is some project manager, he must have the knowledge related to the project. For example, my dear, you might be knowing that because when Corona days started, then our Prime Minister have appealed to the nation that we will be just closing all the lights, all the electricity devices for 9 minutes. If you remember that. If you remember that. Yes, Kathir, well, you can take the screenshot. No issues, dear. Okay, even I will be doing one thing. I will try to provide you the PPTs also. Okay, I will try for that. So don't worry about that. But first of all, please try to listen to me because in being a theory subject, it will be good for you if you are listening properly. When you will be listening, your work from home means homework will get reduced. Okay. So please listen to me carefully. So as I was saying that our Prime Minister have appealed to the nation that for 9 minutes all of us we shall close the lights, electricity, each and every electrical devices. Then at that time there were some question. Thanks, Hemant. So there were some questions coming into the mind of the students, in the peoples. They were thinking that if for 9 minutes the whole country is going to close the electricity and all devices, then it may harm the grid and all. So at that time, my dear, there were some person working in the electricity department. They were knowing what to do if such condition arrives. That is something known as the knowledge related to project. Okay. So such kind of things that if I am working in some project, I must be having knowledge related to the problems which comes in that project, and I must be able to solve those problems before time. There should be some skills, tools, technology. All these four things combinedly are required for a project to be done. Okay, dear. Hope you are getting it. The objective is to use the optimum resources, optimum is a general word which is used for both minimum and maximum. When we are talking about resources, optimum means obviously minimum. When it will be about optimum profit, then it will be about maximum. So as to complete the task either in minimum cost or in minimum time. Here student get confused. Sir, why not in minimum cost and minimum time? Because my dear, if you are going to minimize the cost, time will definitely be more. For example, if some work you are able to do in 15 days, if you want to do that in 10 days, you need to increase the labor. So obviously, major chances are that cost will increase. Okay. So in general, sometimes cost is very important, sometimes time is very important. Okay, sometimes time becomes important. Like let us say we are going to make a highway and we got one date of Modi ji that Modi ji will be coming on that day. And let us say we are left with 3 days and the work which is pending will require 5 days. We will increase the labor at that time. Time is important, cost is not important, because Prime Minister will may not be able to give any other date if he has already given one date. So dear, based on that, sometimes we need to take care of cost, sometimes we need to take care of time. If choice is ours, we will go with optimum cost, optimum time. Okay, we will try to go for minimum cost and minimum time. Okay, dear. Yes, Nitesh, we have done all those things. So let's leave that thing. Do not discuss those things right now. It's the time to understand project management. So, dear, if I am talking about that project I have already defined, then I taught to you related to management also defined, project management also defined. Now, dear, before coming on to the product life cycle, before coming on to the tenders and contracts, I would like to teach you some basic numerical part, as this is the starting of your subject. Definitely to make and to show that subject is very interesting. Yes, no doubt theory part is more, but some numerical part is also there. So to make it interesting among you, I am first of all taking the topic related to break-even analysis, because that is somehow numerical part. So today we are going to cover break-even analysis. Tomorrow topic will be forecasting. And then after that, day after tomorrow, we will be going for project life cycle, tenders, contracts. Okay. And after that, you can go for the quizzes of chapter 1. So just learn 2 to 3 days, because when the chapter is started, initially it is difficult to make the rhythm. So I will not advise you to just make the quizzes right now. Just make the quizzes after 2 days. Okay, till then we will be able to cover all those parts which are going to be there in the quizzes. Dear Nitesh, here I cannot discuss those questions which are technical, because all branches students are there. I know you are now having a habit that sir will be discussing some technical question that we will discuss in morning and evening session of your particular theory of machines class. Here I can share the general interview question of paper 1 related to paper 1 only, but they are not asked much. Okay, but if you want, I can show you that. Okay, let us start break-even analysis, my dear friends. And as it is a numerical part, I will be doing everything with this pen only rather than reading the things. I do not like to read the PPTs. That is not a good way to teach. Okay, let's start break-even analysis. So please understand it properly. Don't worry, my handwriting is okay. You will be getting, learn each and everything. And after every slide to be completed, I will be giving you the time for screenshot. Yes, dear. So do not go for quiz for at least 2 more days. After that, I will be telling you go for which quiz, because I want when you go for quiz, you must be knowing the things. Then you will get benefited of that. Otherwise, there is no benefit. Otherwise, you will be demotivated that sir is teaching something else, quiz is something else. So, dear, in starting days, these things occurs because the number of your batch is very big. So it is not possible to go every day according to the plan. Sometimes plan needs to be changes. Okay, dear. Next is the very first thing in break-even analysis. It is the costs in production. Please try to understand it properly. Costs in production, and take the screenshot after every slide is completed. Yes, Vijaypal, this is the second class. So I will be following the optimum sequence which will help you to learn the things. First is cost in production system. So dear, very first type of cost is said to be prime cost. First type of cost is said to be prime cost. It is also known as direct cost. So if you want to define that, my dear, let us say I am having some of the device. Let us say I am having a mobile phone, but you do not consider it to be a mobile phone. Just consider it to be, let us say I am having a duster. Consider it like I am having a duster. This I am having a duster. Just consider it that. Duster, you know na, that there is some piece of metal or plastic or wood, and above that some foam is going to be there, which we use for whiteboard, blackboard, to just rub the surface. Let us say this is not mobile phone, this is a duster. So dear, to make this duster there is some foam required at the top surface, and second is this one, which is made up of either plastic or wood or metal. Okay dear. So when I am talking about the prime cost or direct cost, prime cost or direct cost is basically consisting of three components. Please try to understand. It consists of basically three components. What are those three components? They are basically direct material. They are direct material plus direct labor plus direct expenses. Please try to understand the meaning of direct. Direct simply means that those things which are the part of final product. For example, if you are looking at this mobile, it is not mobile, it is a duster. So if you are looking at this duster, so dear, it is made up of some plastic or some wood or some metal. So that wood, that metal or that plastic is your direct material. No doubt, my dear, when the production will be going on those machine, everybody of you have seen the machines in the first year of your engineering. Those machine uses some coolant also. Those machine uses some cottons also for cleaning purpose. So there are many other things which will be present. But my dear, in the final product you are capable of looking only this metal or plastic or wood. You are not capable of looking that coolant which you have used during the cutting purpose. So dear, direct material is that which is the part of the final product. So dear, if you are making the duster, then let us say we are making the metal duster, then that metal piece or plastic piece or wood piece or yes, foam which is going to be at the top of the duster. These are the direct material which are the part of final product. Now we are talking about the direct labor. What do you mean by direct labor? So dear, when manufacturing was going on, at the same time there was a guard who was working at that time in the same industry. There was a manager who was sitting in the AC room. Every person, there is a marketing person, there is some production manager, many persons were there. Okay, some person were having working hard for marketing, some persons were working hard during as a acting during they were having the duty as a guard. There were some manager who was sitting just in the AC room, but they are also there working somewhere. And maybe some reception is there, some person will be there at reception. So many peoples, many workers, many labors. But dear, the direct labor is that whose work is associated with the final product. So the person who have worked over the machine, he will come under direct labor. So direct labor means the person who will come. Direct labor means the person who will come under that category who have worked over the machine. So it is said to be direct labor. Now let us see about direct expenses. So direct labor means machine operator. Machine operator is the direct labor. Now my dear, third is direct expenses. When the work was going on the machine, my dear, there were some persons like manager who was using the AC of the office and he was using the electricity. Reception person was using the telephone, and obviously company has to bear both the bills of that AC as well as of that telephone. But my dear, at that time, for final product, what is important? That machine, lathe or CNC, whatever the machine is there on which that duster was machined, the electricity consumed by that machine will come under direct expense because it is the part of final product. So direct costs include things which are parts of final product. Okay, which are the parts of final products. Guys, please tell me, are you getting now? I am giving you every in-depth thing related to that topic. So dear, second type of cost is indirect. Thanks guys. Okay, Bhushan. Direct expense I said. For example, at that time, AC of manager's room is working. So bill will be coming because of that. Okay. Bill will be coming because of that. So at the same time, my dear, when I am saying about direct expenses, at the same time that machine on which working is going on, the machine on which working is going on, that is also working and that is also consuming electricity. So dear, electricity bill company will be paying, but that associated with the machine will come under direct expense. And the second thing which is basically consumed by AC of manager's room, that will not comes under direct expense. So that was the direct expense. Direct means related to the product. Okay, now next is indirect. Indirect cost or factory overheads. So my dear, this also include indirect material. Indirect material means what? During machining we were using some oil, lubricating oil, some coolant, which are not going to be with the final product, but they were used at that time. So they are coming under indirect material. Something indirect labor. My dear, guard, marketing persons, advertisement person, and that manager who is not directly associated with the machine, they comes under indirect labor. Indirect expense means the bill of AC of manager's room, the bill of telephone of reception, they will come under indirect cost. Third one is factory cost. It is a combination of these two. Okay, dear. So prime plus indirect is factory cost. Fourth one is total cost. Now you know you have made your product. You have made Lux Sabun, Lux soap. Now for the ad of Lux soap, Shah Rukh Khan is required. That will comes under advertisement. Some marketing peoples are required. So there are many costs which we have not considered yet. So dear, total cost will be factory cost plus marketing plus advertisement. Okay. So all those costs will come under the total cost category. Guys, now you can take the screenshot. As guys, this is the new subject for all of you. Definitely some student have studied some part of this subject, only some part. So dear, I will be giving you time properly so that you can ask me the things. So whenever I stop for some instant, some seconds, it means I am going to give you the time for revision purpose. So just take the screenshot of this. It is going to help you. Okay, guys. So we are discussing this break-even analysis. So dear, the last type of cost is selling cost. It includes the most important thing for which we are working. Selling cost is total cost plus profit. Okay, dear. This is one classification of types of cost. There is some other classification also. The second classification, when we are talking about, based on that, there is one fixed cost. What is fixed cost? Dear, the cost which is independent of the volume of production means whether you make 100 components or you make 1000 components or you make 1 lakh component or you do not make any component, that cost is going to be fixed. What are the costs associated with that? Dear, it will include the cost of machines. Once you have bought lathe machine, that you have already paid. Rent of the building, whether you produce it or not, you need to pay that. Salary of higher officials. My dear, if production is not going on, definitely you can fire the labor who is working over that. But dear, at that time also, if manager is there, manager has nothing to do with production. He will take his salary. Okay. Similarly, if you take some other example, that is basically advertisement cost. If Shah Rukh Khan have already been paid for the advertisement, he will be paid afterward also, whether your production is going on or not going on. Okay, and next is setup and insurance. So these are the costs which you always need to pay, whether the production is going on or not. So that's why fixed cost graph with respect to the production rate. Okay, dear. So this is said to be fixed cost. Are you getting it? Fixed cost is independent of volume of production. Second is variable cost. So dear, variable cost is that which is depending upon the volume of production, like direct material. If there is no production, direct material is not required. Like direct labor, if no production, no direct labor is required. Direct expenses, if no production is going on, why the machine will consume electricity? So dear, this kind of cost is given by this. V is small v into x. Here V is the total variable cost. Small v is the number of units or volume of production. Okay, dear. So this is variable cost and it is a linear equation like this. So are you getting it, guys? There are some costs which are also known as semi-variable cost. When we are talking about semi-variable cost, there are some costs in industries which remain same up to some volume of production. Then they start increasing. For example, guys, एक example I am taking one example. You might be knowing that previously and now also there are some schemes going on over the landline that this is monthly rental of rupees 300 and in this 100 minutes are free. Afterward, you need to pay more. Okay, so dear, semi variable means which are fixed up to some extent, then they are increasing like this. Okay, guys. Devlina, sorry, I have not seen your message. I have not yet defined break-even analysis. I will be defining. Okay. I have already explained indirect expense and direct expense in a great detail. Indirect labor, I already told you that who is indirect labor? Your manager is indirect labor. Your guard is your guard is indirect labor. Anshuman, yes, you can take the screenshot. Okay, Farooq, tool cost also comes under indirect cost, right? Yes, dear. Dear, direct means which should be the part of final product. When you have duster in hand, can you see that coolant in that duster? If you cannot see that coolant in your duster, it will come under indirect only. Okay. Okay, dear. So sorry, actually sometimes some messages were not coming. Now they have come. Nice. Okay, sir. Selling cost should include rejection while processing on the part or not. Dear, when we are talking about selling cost, it is the cost I'm coming to. Basically, I have not even defined the selling cost, so just wait for that. Just wait a minute. Okay. Material cost definitely becomes variable because more the production, more will be the material. Okay, font size I will increase. Dear, fixed cost, as I told you, that the salary of your manager, whether the production is going on or not, you need to pay the salary. For example, nowadays, when Corona started, that during lockdown, production was stopped, but they have to pay the workers the salary they have paid. That is something comes under fixed cost. Fuel cost definitely a variable cost. Electricity bill, okay, okay, nice. So, dear, sorry for the inconvenience because messages were not coming for some time, but now they are coming. It's okay. Dear, first of all, I would like to tell you that whenever you are saying transportation cost and all everything, dear, which is depending upon the number of units, that is obviously always and always going to be a variable cost. Now it depends on which transport category you are talking about. When I have already given you the definition, you shall not ask such kind of questions, because when I am saying, if you're talking about the transportation cost of the persons, for example, let us say your team what you have hired, that is not going to be too much variable because the number of people are fixed, their places are fixed, it is going to be constant. But once you are going to add that transportation cost by which you are supplying the material and the material is coming to you, obviously it is variable. So dear, paper will be asking crystal clear things. Such kind of confusing thing they will not ask, because they are not confusing, they are basically wrong, because they will become correct when you will be defining the things correctly. Now semi-variable costs are those which remains constant for some time, then varies. For example, here I will take the example of, okay, previous slide I am showing you. Take the screenshot. So dear, if you want to get an example of semi-variable, what do you mean by semi-variable? Sometime constant then becomes variable. What does that mean? I would like to tell you that semi-variable. In the previous days, we were having some schemes over the landlines, also in your internet. For example, let us say that company is having an internet connection and they are having 100 GB for free in the rental only. Then after that, you need to pay per GB. So dear, that is semi-variable. It is constant up to some, and sometime then it will become variable. Okay. So to provide you complete space on the PPT, I just removing my visuals. So dear, this is something known as variable cost. Yes, dear. It is semi-variable cost. Electricity bill also, it is constant up to some unit and then becomes variable. So such kind of cost becomes semi-variable. Krishna Panda, railway ticket. What are the things you are asking, dear? Where in industry you will be using railway ticket? If railway ticket of employee, that will depend if you are going to pay that or not. What kind of example you are taking? At least do some sensible things. What is the application of railway ticket here? Material cost, dear, as I already told you, that material cost is coming under variable cost because you know that as the production is going to be more material will be required. So that will definitely depends upon volume of production. Okay. When I have crystal clearly giving you the definition, you are not listening that. If you listen that na, such kind of doubt shall not come. As yesterday your doubt was, sir, if Air India is having some I told that if India government is having some project, if it is given to anybody, it is going to be government project only. If some PSU is giving some project, it is going to anybody, it is PSU project only. Okay, dear. So it is a part of ownership. Okay. So now let us move further. Otherwise, we will stick into that semi-variable cost only. Now it's time for total cost. Total cost. So when we are talking about total cost, it will be combination of all. So hope Krishna Panda, you got my point. So when we are talking about total cost, there is some cost that is known as fixed cost. I am making that fixed cost. This is fixed cost. In general, there are only two costs. One is fixed, other is variable. You can leave semi-variable. Okay. It is always cost here, volume of production here. So fixed cost is this one. Variable cost is this one. In general, there are only two costs. So I am writing both the costs. Total cost is summation of both of them. So you know if I am going to make the total cost, V and F are going to be add up. So it will be curved like this. And everywhere the gap is of F only. Is it okay, guys? So that is something known as total cost. Next, we are coming to the selling cost, and then I will be defining what is break-even analysis. Selling cost. Selling cost is given as S is equals to small s into X. X is the number of units sold. Small s is the selling cost per unit. So dear, selling cost per unit, it is rupees per unit. Dear Alekia, as I told you, in general, we count semi-variable cost to be variable cost only. They are just specific type. Otherwise, we do not consider that separately. Okay. Because in general, the number of products are so much good in number. that we can make semi-variable into variable only. They are not like a home now, which will be using 200 units of electricity, and Sir Arvind Kejriwal will say that yes, it is free. No, it is not like that. It is an industry. So definitely semi-variable costs are not much important there. So selling cost, when we are going to talk about, is it will be coming like this. S is equals to small s into x. 1 unit is of 2 rupees, 100 units are of 200 rupees. So this way we will define it. So my dear, we have defined all the types of cost. And if I ask you what is total cost, it is fixed cost plus variable cost. It is F plus small v into x. If I ask you one thing, let us solve, before coming to the break-even analysis, let us solve a small question. Dear, the question is, a component can be manufactured by 4 processes. A component can be manufactured by 4 processes. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And fixed cost for all the 4 processes and variable cost per unit for all the 4 processes is given to you. So fixed cost is 20, 50, 40, 10. Variable cost is 3 per unit. Rupees 1 per unit. So dear 3, 1, 2 and 4. I am asking you that to make the 100 units, which process is going to be best one for making 100 units? Yes, this type of question will come in ESC, that is for sure. Which one is best? Some of you have said 2, some of you are saying 4. 2 I can understand, 4 I cannot understand. Let us see. You know total cost is F plus Vx. If you are going to make 100 units, the total cost for 100 units for the first case, 20 plus 3 into 100, it is rupees 320. Second case, it is rupees 150. Third case, it is rupees 240. Next case, it is rupees 410. Obviously, we will select this because this is giving us minimum cost. So are you getting it? I have not even defined break-even analysis and one question have been formed on this. Dear Vivek, there is no buffering from my side. Please check your connection. Yes, Farooq Ramakant. Okay, now let us see. Take the screenshot if you want. I am going to start the break-even analysis now. Yes, Nukla. Now we are coming to break even analysis. So dear, break even analysis basically it is the relation between total cost, selling cost and volume of production. It is a relation between three things: total cost, selling cost and volume of production. Are you getting it? So the relation between total cost, selling cost and volume of production is said to be break even analysis. Okay, I will be coming on to that. Some students are requesting for screenshot. Just take that. Then I am going to start break even analysis. Okay, next slide also. Okay, Kiran, have you taken screenshot now? Okay, dear. So it is the relation between total cost, selling cost and volume of production. So dear, if it is the relation between these three things, let us see in terms of graph. You know that total cost was fixed plus variable. So fixed cost was this one. Variable cost was this one. So total cost will be the summation of these two. This is total cost. So this is, on y-axis it will be cost, on x-axis it will be volume of production. So dear, now the term is for selling cost or sales revenue. Obviously dear, selling cost must be such that we must have some profit. So the slope of this curve S should be more than V. If it is not more than V, my dear, it simply means that variable cost is rupees 2 per unit. So it must be more than 2, then only you will get some profit, otherwise you will never get the profit. If S is not more than V, you will never get profit. So S must always be more than V, and if S is more than V, you know one thing, that this angle and this angle is going to be same. If we write a straight line y is equals to mx, m represent the slope. So this we represent the slope. This S is also represent the slope. So dear, S should be more than small v, that is for sure. If I am going to make the sales revenue line, it will be this one. Means it must always go in this way, that it shall be upper than this. Why? Otherwise we will never get the benefit. Why? Because if you are making the thing for rupees 2 per unit, and if you are selling it for 1 per unit, you are never going to get any benefit. So dear, S should always be more than V. And this is the sales revenue or selling cost line. The point where total cost and selling cost line meets each other. This point is said to be break even point. This is said to be break even point, because this is the point at which total cost and sales becomes equal. If you have already given an investment of 1 lakh rupees, then you are getting the same as selling cost at this number of quantity. So it is said to be break even point. So break even point is that point at which the organization is never having profit nor having loss. Neither profit nor loss. Okay dear. So that is something said to be break even analysis. Yes, Manu Solanki, you are correct. Volume of production means that how many units are produced. So dear, as you know that if this is break even point, so at this point whatever the sale will be, whatever the selling cost will be, it is said to be selling cost at break even point. So break even point is a point where an organization never have profit nor get loss. Okay dear, and this is said to be the angle of incidence. This angle of incidence, yes, Bhushan, as I told you, if S is not going to be more than V, okay, you are making a curve which is this one, this is variable cost. If selling cost slope is not more than this, your curve will remain below only. You will always be having loss if cost is above and sales are below. You will never get profit. So the slope of this line, selling cost line, this it shall be more than the variable cost line slope. Then only you will be getting some profit. Otherwise, there will not be any kind of profit. Okay, Bhushan Mohan, are you getting it now? Nice, dear. So this is said to be angle of incidence. Angle of incidence is that angle which basically tells about the working condition. Angle of incidence. Okay, dear. So if angle of incidence is more, profit will be more. And it means working conditions are very nice. So dear, if I show you one more thing on this graph, this part shows you loss. Okay. So this is said to be profit. Yatish, this is basics of project management. This is your engineering services paper 1 subject, which will be coming for 15 to 20 marks for sure. Basically, not 20, basically, I will be saying 15 to 25 marks. So, guys, take the screenshot of it. I am coming on to that, SR Venkat Srinivas. Just give me some time. Okay, nice, dear. Now I am showing you the mathematical analysis. We have seen that selling cost is equals to total cost plus profit. Yes, Manu Solanki, this is going to be very helpful to you. First of all, tell me your branch. Then I will be telling you the usage of this. If you have seen my first lecture yesterday, I have told you what are the advantages of studying that subject. Dear, working condition means, obviously, if working conditions are good means if employees are happy, they will be working more and more in better way. So definitely you will get more and more profit. Okay, good, Manu Solanki. Definitely this project will help you because you are in third year, you are preparing for engineering services. 25 marks will be coming for this subject, 20 to 25 marks in ESC paper 1. NITI Mumbai interview will be asked this question, these topics. Okay, so IPAT, if you are going to give, there is a paper 1 subject. This is okay, good, Hemant. So total cost plus profit. Selling cost can be written as small s into x. Total cost can be written as fixed cost plus variable cost plus profit. So dear, even we can write it in this way, s into x minus v into x. F plus P. Small s minus small v into x. Dear Suman, if working conditions, when I have said, okay, I will be coming back to that point. First, let me complete this derivation. S minus v into x, f plus p. So x will be coming out to be f plus p divided by s minus v. But we want to find out at break even point. At break even point, organization neither earns profit nor loss, nor bear loss. Yes, dear, I am coming on to that. Just look at me. So, dear, we will say profit is zero at break even point. So, x at break even point will become f divided by s minus v. Okay, dear. So, this is basically break even quantity. This is that number of quantity which if you are going to make, you will never get profit nor will bear any kind of loss. So dear, break even point is that number of units to be produced for which the industry will neither get a profit nor a loss. If more than this quantity are to be produced, profit will be there, and if less than this quantity will be there, then definitely it will be a loss. So are you getting it? No dear, S can never be zero. How S can be zero? S is selling price. Array dear, I have never said that profit is equal to selling price. How it can be? Selling cost is basically summation of total cost plus profit, I said. Okay, and in the graph also what I have shown is this point selling cost and total cost are becoming equal. Okay, so selling cost and total cost equal means profit zero. Now after this, whatever you are getting at top is going to be profit only. This is profit only and this is loss only. Is it okay guys now? So I am giving you time in between so that you can take screenshot, you can learn the thing, you can revise the thing. So in between some seconds, I am stopping myself so that you can again see the curve, again ask the doubt. Okay. So nice, good Bhushan. Let us move further. So it is said to be break even analysis. So dear, if somebody asks you that if X at BEP we have already found out, then sometimes somebody asks you what will be the sales at break even point. So sales at break even point will be equals to selling cost per unit into quantities at break even point. It is small s into F by S minus V. This is sales at break even point. Yes, Suman, what you have asked? Okay, you have asked related to working condition. So dear, look, what do you mean by working condition? If angle of incidence is this one, if I am making this curve to be like this angle would have been increased. So break even point is reaching very fast. So when this break even point will reach very fast, if everybody is working efficiently and effectively, and everybody will be working efficiently and effectively when, my dear, when the working conditions are going to be good. If you are working in a company and their company's working conditions are good, you will be happy, you will work by your heart, and you will work very nicely, because you will always be thinking that I would be the part of this wonderful company. So that is the meaning of that, dear. Yes, selling price and sales or selling revenue, those things are same thing only, dear. I told you that if somebody is asking you what is the sales or selling cost at the time of break even point, so one quantity is sold for rupees s, so for how much this number of quantity will be sold, for this one only, small s into f divided by s minus v. Is it okay now, dear? There is no case when break even point is zero. It is that case if you are just purchasing something from outside and just selling it. Thanks, Aditya. Yes, dear. But Rohan, you cannot increase selling price to any unit, because if you are going to launch a chips packet, dear, then if you are going to launch some chips packet, you need to have your prices either less than or equals to Lay's chips, Diamond chips, Uncle chips, whatever they are coming. So market prices are already fixed. So you cannot have any kind of selling price. So selling price is always limited. Any other doubt, please ask, then I am moving forward. Dear, I will be answering your all doubt, don't worry. If required, I will be going for 1 to 2 extra classes, but I will be making you clear about the subject, because I want all of you to get full marks in this subject. This time I need to break the record. I want ECEE students and civil students shall cross the 100 marks. This is very less I am saying, because I want 150 marks at least for you from your side. Okay. Dear, V is total variable cost. S is total selling cost. And F is fixed cost. Yes, the same thing I have done. Total cost is equals to selling cost at break even point. The same thing I have done. I have put it profit to be zero. When profit is zero, definitely these two are equal, na? So guys, now let's move to the next topic. Definitely, dear, we have to do that. Dear, next I am coming on to the margin of safety. Next is margin of safety. What do you mean by margin of safety? My dear, if you are starting some business, definitely your target is to earn the profit from that. You will not be doing anything without profit. If you know that break even point is coming at 100 quantities, you will not produce 100, you will produce whatever maximum is possible from your industry and what is the demand of market. Keeping these things in mind, you are going to produce that. So dear, margin of safety is defined as the X, the number of quantities at full capacity, minus X of BEP. Here X is the sales at full capacity. sales at break even point. So these are the extra quantities you are going to make to earn the profit. If somebody asks you what is the margin of safety in terms of sales, in terms of rupees, here it will come in terms of quantities. Then you will be writing it is smallest times. So it is going to be rupees. Okay dear, I am showing you last slide. Anudeep, what you didn't understand, I don't know. Margin of safety means, as I told you, you came to know one thing, that your break-even point is coming at, let us say, 100 quantities. So if you want to earn some profit, you need to make more than 100. So the capacity of your plant or the market demand is, let us say, X. So you are producing X, but break-even is coming at X BEP. So these extra quantities are said to be margin of safety. And if you are going to see this margin of safety in terms of sales, then from the selling cost line up to this point to break even point, this is given as margin of safety sale. Now are you clear? Please tell me, question was asked by Anudeep. Anudeep, are you clear? Okay, nice guys. So now would you like to do one numerical if I give you? MOS is margin of safety. Yes. Let us solve a question. Fixed cost is rupees 4500. Total variable cost it is rupees 7500. Selling cost 15,000. Then dear, units sold, then find break even point. Second, margin of safety. Third, profit. Fourth, find X. Yes dear, solve it now. Dear, calcs are not allowed. That's why easy calculations are there in this question. Calculators are not allowed for paper 1. They will be allowed for conventional only. You can see many students, okay, you cannot see because chat is private, but many students have answered already. You can find out in this way. X, you already know 5,000. So it will come, small v will come rupees 1.5. Small s will come rupees 3. Good Aditya, Bhushan, Vaibhav, Nukla, Anudeep. Yes, Nukla. Nice, Aniket. Vandana, good. Hemalata, good. Yes, now I feel I shall start solving it. So, dear, first of all, you know that V is given to you 7500. It is nothing but small v into x. You will get small v as 7500 divided by 5000. It will comes out to be rupees 1.5 per unit. Good Bala Balaji. S is rupees 15,000. It will give you rupees 3 per unit. So break even point. Okay, dear, now please check it. Break even point will be fixed cost upon S minus V. 4500 upon 3 minus 1.5. Break even point is 3000 unit. So margin of safety will be 2000 units. Profit is, you know that S is equals to F plus P plus V. S is 15,000. F 4500. Okay, dear. Space is less. I am doing it on another page. So you can write it to be S is F plus V plus P. 15,000, 4500 plus, thanks Hemat, variable cost is given as 7500. Profit will be rupees 3000. Again Hemant, thanks to you. Find X to earn a profit of 6000 rupees. I will be writing this to be S is equals to F plus V plus P. You can write it S into X barabar F plus small v into X plus P. You need to find out X for a profit of 6000 rupees. X into S minus V is F plus 6000. X is 4500 plus 6000. So dear, you will be getting 10,500 divided by 3 minus 1.5. Now you will get the answer as 7,000 units. Okay guys, so this is how we can solve a question like this. Now I am coming to one more term, the last topic for today. Yes, it is going to be more than 20 minutes. Okay, as I told you in the starting 2-3 days, I will be teaching you very less. Once you will be in habit, because for you guys, many of you, it is a new subject. Okay, only if I leave mechanical civil peoples, it is new for ECEE peoples. Yes, Hemant, you got it correctly. Good, Farooq, Anshuman, nice. Next is profit volume ratio. It is also known as PV ratio. Dear, why this term got defined? Why PV ratio was defined? Basically, what happened, you have seen in break-even analysis. In break-even analysis, you have seen that there are basically very hodgepodge 1, 2, 3, and 4 curves. 4 curves are made for one product. If one company is making 10 product and that company want to show all the 10 products on single graph, they need to make 40 lines. It is very difficult to understand 40 lines. But here PV ratio is a term which can make those curve very simple. Aditya is asking, sir, why can't we find profit by maximum MOSX? Dear, because we will find out profit by what they have asked. Okay, he has not asked for that. What he have asked is what will be the value of X if profit is 6,000. So we will go as per examiner is asking. We will not go by as per whatever we are thinking. So take the screenshot of last slides. Okay, I am showing you that. Got it, guys? Is it buffering? No, I don't feel so, Balaji. Take screenshot of this also. Okay, guys. Now let us see PV ratio, profit volume ratio. For this, I would like to define one term as contribution margin. Dear, contribution margin has one more name. It is also known as gross profit. It is also known as gross profit. Dear, for defining contribution margin, we do not consider the fixed cost. It is defined as contribution margin is selling cost minus variable cost. Okay, or gross profit. Here assumption is that fixed cost is one time cost which we have paid. Otherwise, it is not always, as I am saying, this is a special term used for special profit volume ratio. So here we will consider only selling cost and variable cost. It can also be written as S minus V or small s minus small v into X. But as I already told you, S is equals to F plus P plus V. So from that we can write as S minus V is F plus P. So dear, contribution margin can also be written as F plus P. Both are correct. And dear, profit volume ratio is defined as selling cost minus variable cost, which is nothing but contribution margin divided by selling cost. So it can be written as S minus V upon S or F plus P upon S. So this ratio is known as profit volume ratio. So dear, both the ways you can define it, and if I put the value here, it will become S minus small v upon small s, because x in the numerator and denominator will cancel out each other, or it is F plus P divided by S. Both way you can explain it. Both way are correct only. Dear, when we make a single curve to show everything, it is make in this way. This is a single curve which is said to be profit volume ratio. Why it is said to be profit volume ratio? Because this curve is showing that this point is break even point. This is your fixed cost. Okay, dear. So up to this there is no profit. So if you are having less than break even point quantity, you will be having loss only here. But once you are moving here, this area is said to be showing to you profit. So dear, when we are talking about this angle theta, this corresponds to profit volume ratio. I am saying correspond to. Dear, where is GP? I didn't get you. No nuclides, not buffering from my side. This is FC, known as fixed cost. And here, so in this direction it is profit. Here it is volume of production. Gross profit. Okay, you are asking this. Okay, nice. So MS Macraj, now you got it. MS Macraj, now you got it. Okay, dear. So this ratio is said to be PYV ratio. What is the advantage? You can see only one curve is showing everything. This term is break even point. This is fixed cost. You know that initially you have applied some fixed cost. You start making the objects, making the working, and at this point you will reach break even point. After that, whatever the units you are going to produce and sell, it is going to give you profit. So dear, this one curve is showing everything. Only one line is showing everything. Yes, dear, theta is basically angle of incidence only. Theta is showing angle of incidence only. Okay, this curve is showing profit volume ratio. Okay, theta is angle of incidence only, and now I would like to add one point more here. Dear, when we are going to use this analysis for one product, only one line is there. So the question will be, if you are listening the classes properly, dear, I am saying you there is no need to go for any kind of homework. You will be getting full marks in project management. This is my promise. Like here I told you what is profit volume ratio. In engineering services, they are not going to ask you that in complete detail. No, they will be asking you a theory question like this. For multi-product system, which is going to be the best method? That is PV ratio. Why? Because break-even analysis have 4 lines for one product. It is having one line for one product. So if you are going to make 4 product, my dear, 4 product or 10 product, you will be capable of giving everything by the 10 lines for 10 product system if you are using PV ratio. But if you are using break even analysis, you need to make 40 curves, my dear. It is going to be very complex. Okay, some student may say, sir, we will be using different colors. But dear, using 40 colors is not a simple task. That you must also consider as an important point. So dear, PV ratio is used for multi-product system. This will be the question coming in your exam. Multi-product system. Okay, dear. So you know one thing, that PV ratio is nothing but S minus V by S, or small s minus small v by S, or F plus P upon small s. Okay, dear. If you are talking about at break even point, you know profit will be 0. So PV ratio will become F divided by S. Yes, definitely, dear. And fixed cost, you know, selling cost, you know. It is very easy to find out that PV ratio. This PV ratio is nothing but, so are you getting it, guys? Please tell me that. Now we are coming to the last point of the chapter. With this, I will be completed and concluding the today's class. There is something known as decision rule. Thanks, Amisha. I'm really very happy from your responses. If being from other branches, you are learning this subject, you guys are wonderful, because as I told you, highest marks are not crossing 100. This time we need to cross that. Okay? Decision rule. So for all the branches, marks should increase this time, and that increase must be from some of the grade up student that I want. And for that only we are trying to work over your every subject of paper 1. When we're talking about decision rule, my dear, let us say, yes, dear, PV graph is between volume of production, and on the y-axis there is profit. Let us see now decision rule. When we are talking about the decision rule, my dear, sometimes an industrialist has to take one decision. For example, let us say you are establishing an industry and you are having three options. The very first option is that you are going to buy something and then sell that. Means buy from the wholesalers and sell them to the other, become a distributor. One thing. Second is you are going to make it at your own, and my dear, after making it you will be selling it. But when you are going to make it, there are again two options. One is making at normal machines, making at advanced machine. So dear, you will be choosing one of the technique depending on the demand there. If demand is very less, it will be better to just purchase and sell. If demand is good, you can go for normal machining method. If demand is very high, you shall go for automatic machines, because you need more production rate. So the decision rule is something which will help you to decide that after which number of quantities we shall choose which method. Okay, dear. So let us say we are having three method. First is to purchase and sell. To purchase and sell. And let us say when you are going to choose this method to purchase and sell, you can buy something for rupees 6. So the total cost for this case, if you are going to purchase X unit, is going to be 6 into X. Second way is to manufacture using general machines. If you are going to manufacture using general machines, and let us say it is given that when you are going for general machine like lathe, your fixed cost is, let us say, rupees 100, and variable cost is rupees 4. So it will become 100 plus 4x. Obviously, when you are going to use advanced machine like NC CNC, your production rate will increase, but fixed cost also will increase. Machine will be costly, na? So let us say fixed cost is 500, but definitely variable cost will reduce, because on that kind of machine the products are going to be more in number. So variable cost is rupees 2 per unit. So you will be saying total cost is going to be 500 plus 2x. Now to decide which one of these three you must go for. That is said to be decision rule. Yes, Pramila, this class will go from Monday to Friday on the same time. Saturday, Sunday there will not be any class until and unless it will be required. Okay. So dear, let us see now. When we are talking about the total cost of three cases, it is in front of you. First of all, you will select from case 1 and 2. For selecting from case 1 and 2, you just need to do one thing, equate the total cost. 6x is equals to 100 plus 4x. Okay, or when you will be equating that, you will be getting 2x to be equals to 50, not 50, 100. 2x will be equals to 100, x will be 50. It simply means that if number of quantities are less than 50, go for first method. If number of quantities are more than 50, go for second method. Because for 50 units, up to 50 units, here total cost will be minimum. After 50 units, here total cost will be minimum. Let us take an example of 40 units. In 40 units, here the cost will come 240. In 40 units, here the cost will come 260. So obviously this method is best for 40 units. Dear, we are not comparing the profits. That obviously if you're purchasing in 6 rupees, we will be selling in more than 6 rupees. That is for sure. We are comparing with reference to total cost, which is going to be the less costly, because that which is going to be the less costly will give you more profit. We are comparing these three methods. We are not comparing the selling cost and total cost. We are comparing out of these three which one is better. So dear, less than 50 units when you are going for, this method will be cheap. After 50 units, this method will be cheap. Okay. Now, Devlina, did you get it? Okay, nice. Now you need to equate second and 3. If you need to decide from second and 3, equate second and 3. Equating 100 plus 4x is 500 plus 2x. It will give you x is equals to 200. It means, my dear, if x is going to be less than 200, go for method number 2. If x is more than 200, go for method number 3. And you can check it. You can check it. Total cost is coming out to be 6x. Total cost is coming out to be 100 plus 4x. Total cost is coming out to be 500 plus 2x. You can check it. When you will be putting x less than 50, first method is good. If you will be putting x more than 50 but less than 200, second method will be the best. If you are going to put x more than 200, third method will be the best. And this is said to be decision rule. Yes, Ritvik Gupta. So dear, now I am showing you, today I am not going to discuss much because you are not in a habit to study more these kind of subjects. And second thing, you are already studying 4 hours technical subjects. So I don't want to increase your load. Today I will be leaving here only. Yes, I am showing you previous slides for the screenshot. No issue, Mangesh Patade. No issues. If you are new, then also there is no problem in my subject. I am showing you all the slides from last. Just take the screenshot. First one is this. Yes, this is for ESC paper 1. General studies. General studies and engineering aptitude. Thanks, Sri Lakshmi. Thanks, Amisha. Take the screenshot. Vijay Pal Singh, this is not for GATE, this is for ESC paper 1 only. Thanks SR Venkat, Anudeep. Yes, Krishna Panda, I will be discussing that. First take the screenshot. Thanks Vaibhav. I will be revising all the things. We are having time for that. Don't worry. Just first take the screenshot. Ganji, Monica, it is for all the branches. All the branches. Paper 1 is common for all. Yes, but the subject is related to mechanical branch, but I am going to make you clear in such a way that from which branch you are, you will be knowing equivalent to the mechanical peoples only. So you will be able to solve similar to them only. You will be getting the similar marks what they will be getting. That is my promise to you. Thanks, Amit. Ritvik Gupta, you shall not attend the Tom classes now because Tom is going to complete in next 2 days. You shall come from next subject now. Dear procurement, I will be teaching you. Till now, thanks Hemant. So till now, procurement I didn't teach you. Till now, I have just defined project management. Thanks Karthik. So till now I have defined project, I have defined project management, I have defined break-even analysis. Tomorrow I will be going for forecasting. Day after tomorrow I will be coming on to those points which you are saying. So don't attempt quiz for next 2 days. After that I will be telling you when to attempt them. Yes dear, decision rule depends upon number of options available. Okay Kiran. So first of all I am taking some numerical parts. NPV I have not yet discussed, that will be discussed tomorrow. As I told you, everything is not completed. Thanks, Anshuman. Thanks, Balaji. Now let me revise the things. From where we have started, I will be telling you. We have started from management. Project we have seen yesterday only. Nukla, before coming to evening class, please see the recorded session of morning class. Do not see complete. Forced vibration, please see. Yes, Kiran, as I told you, my sequence is different in all the subject. That is in that way that you can grasp the thing more in a better manner. Okay, so my sequence are different, so don't match the sequence with others. But once I will be completed, then match your notes with others. You will say, "Sir, maja aa gaya." And is it okay? So you will be having the things better than others. That is my promise. But sequence will be different. Dear, now management is nothing but the art of setting the people together to accomplish a work or goal, available resources effectively and efficiently. So there are number of resources: human, time, financial, machinery, technical, and natural. Then I told you project management. Project management, there are 4 important things: knowledge, skills, tool, and technology to meet the project requirement. Okay, we go for either minimum cost or minimum time, and if possible for both. Then I discussed break even analysis. There is prime cost, indirect cost, factory cost, and total cost. Prime cost means that is the part of the final product which you can see in the final product. Indirect means which you cannot see in the final product. Factory cost is combination of both. Total cost is including marketing and advertisement. Selling cost means including profit, fixed cost and variable cost, independent of volume of production, depending upon volume of production. Semi-variable, independent up to certain time, after that becomes dependent. Total cost is F plus S, F plus V. Selling cost is F plus V plus P. Then we have seen mathematically each and everything. Then we have done a question. Break-even analysis is the relation between total cost, selling cost and volume of production. And my dear, break-even point is a point where you will neither get profit nor get loss. And margin of safety is the extra quantities you are going to make other than break-even point. Margin of safety sales will be the extra sales you are getting from related to break-even point. Selling cost per unit must always be more than variable cost per unit. That was the analysis we have done. Then we have done the numerical. Profit volume ratio. Contribution margin is selling cost minus variable cost. It comes equals to fixed cost plus profit. So dear, PV ratio, profit on y-axis, volume ratio on x-axis. This is fixed cost. This is break-even point. After that, you will be getting profit. Decision rule tells you which method you can go for, whether you shall purchase and sell, or you shall make and sell, or you shall make by advanced machining and then sell. Decision rule. Then we have done the numerical over decision rule. So guys, hope you enjoyed the session. I know some of you may not be more interested in ESC paper 1, and that is, I know, because whenever we prepare, we are more interested in GATE. But dear, if you are interested, come regularly. Don't leave, don't miss any part of the class, because guys, then only we can together break that scenario which is going on for paper 1. Okay, I want you all to score at least more than 120, and please cross the 150 mark. It will be a great and big achievement for all of us. Okay guys. Dear, I told that for break-even analysis, we are having 4 lines, if you can see. For break-even analysis, we are having 4 lines. Fixed cost, variable cost, total cost and sale revenue. So if some company is manufacturing 10 product, that company will be showing 40 lines together. But if we are using PV ratio, every information you can get from PV ratio. But here it is only 1 line. So 10 product system will give you 10 line only. So that is going to be very good. Okay, thanks Anshuman. Thanks Nukla. Thanks Maruli. Okay, margin of safety slide I am showing you again. Okay, nice. So guys, dear, less than 50 units, always first method will give you minimum cost. Second method will give you more cost. Total cost should be maximum, should be minimum, na Akshay? Are you getting it? So less than 50 units if you need to, if you have the demand less than 50 units, then first method is good, because total cost will be less for first. If demand is under 200 units, then we will go for second method. Amit, it is different. Okay, when you are asking about, there is no separate cutoff for paper 1. There is no separate cutoff for paper 1, but minimum you need to score 15%, means 30 marks you need to score minimum, that is the passing marks. After that, a total of objective paper and paper 1, it will be counted as a cut-off marks. Okay, so separately paper 1 is not having any cut-off marks, but is having a threshold, minimum threshold marks, which is 30 marks you need to clear. But dear, I would like to tell you that don't think about that, as I am saying our target is slightly big. Okay, thanks Aman. So goodbye for this session. Let's meet tomorrow at the same time. Tomorrow I will be discussing forecasting, and after Thursday class I will be allowing you to go for quiz. Okay, so goodbye for this session. Let's meet tomorrow.